Hey everybody, welcome back to Dragonborn Industries, where I'm actually going to be diving into this box right here. I know that you can see it's open, it's because I've just pulled the invoice out of it, but this is from Ross from the Airbrush company, who are the UK distributors of airbrushes, and Richard from Warrior Prince 3D was doing some work with them. They dropped our name, and we've been chatting, and we're actually going to do some shows together in the next coming months, and they were really kind and really knowledgeable, and have decided to send us out some stuff after they heard how badly I treat my current airbrushes. So for those of you who've seen the shows that we do, you know that I use two very cheap Amazon, I think they're TimberTechs, are like £25 each, and I just throw primer through them. I barely use a needle, and Ross was appalled at what I do and was like, right, let's do some shows where we teach you how to use an airbrush. So that is now going to happen, but to begin with, they've got to send me a new one apparently, because they want to show off the range of, I believe, one of the Iwata brushes. So let's do what we came here to do and just dive straight on in. So I did give this a little read before, but it was a nice little message from Ross that says, this Eclipse CS will comfortably replace both of the airbrushes that I use. Check out the 5 Ways to Spray by Iwata and look for the Eclipse range, which is a little series on the particular airbrushes that they've sent to us. And yeah, the 5 Ways to Spray are apparently, I think, like the best techniques that you can use to get the best out of your airbrush. But I suppose I should really dive into what we have here. So we have some foaming airbrush cleaner. So I'm assuming this is a water-based airbrush cleaner, an active foaming cleaner to penetrate and dissolve most alkali-soluble acrylic colours. This is an acrylic airbrush cleaner, so this is going to help us deal with those kind of plastics that are left behind and those like layers of acrylic paint that we have. So nice little aerosol can of that there. I definitely need that already for my previous ones. We also have some more airbrush cleaner. So this one is a ready-to-use fast-acting odorless. I'm not going to go through all of the bits on the back of it, but this one seems to have the Iwata airbrush on the back of it, so this must be one of the Iwata ones, I guess. Again, something that I only really use isopropyl alcohol at the moment, and airbrush thinner, so having an actual airbrush cleaner is probably something I should have had from the very start, and I know was something that Ross told me off for on our little video chat the other day. Okay, I'm going to jump at whatever this is, because that's just sticking out at me there. Sorry about the squeaking. So this is a raised ridge airbrush cleaning mat. Oh, so this is a raised ridge so that you can take apart your airbrush, which all of this on here is the labelled parts of your airbrush. You can put them down, and things like the needle chucking nut isn't just going to roll off your table. It's going to have those ridges there to stop it from doing such things. That's really handy, because the amount of times my needles just roll up onto the floor and I step on them or I lose a part, that's very useful and is going to be, yeah, used a lot. Because I'm going to want to try and keep this airbrush clean. I'm going to want to try and stay on top of its maintenance, and that's kind of why the airbrush company have got in touch, to try and hopefully pass that information along for as many channels as possible. That's awesome. Thank you very much, guys. This one looks like some liquid reamer, so it's another cleaner. Hang on a minute. Oh, we've got another cleaner. Let's have a look. This is a liquid reamer solvent airbrush cleaner for softening and dissolving hardened colour deposits in most makes of airbrush and spray gun. Is this a more heavy duty one? Maybe this is for if you've got like a proper clog. This is designed to really get that out. We will have to ask him when we do our shows. But if it's a solvent, I imagine it is going to really clear out the airbrush. But we'll have to get them to find out for us. We do have some information sheet here. Could quickly read that. Premier Air Liquid Reamer is a highly recommended end-of-session airbrush cleaner for extra thorough cleaning of solvent-based and oil-based products. Oh! So maybe this is for more of those oil-based inks and the things that we use, especially in different techniques these days, rather than just acrylic paints. And maybe this is designed to really clear out the airbrush of those. Because I imagine acrylics leave a plastic layer, like a skin, and oils must leave like that gritty residue. I wonder if this will work for alcohol inks, because I've been known to put alcohol inks through my airbrush before and then watch them clog up directly afterwards. And it doesn't take long. So we've got a mixing cup, we've got, oh look at that, some brushes and tools, they're going to be useful, and a cloth just there. So that is actually going to be very, very useful. Again, I'm going to wait for them to show us how to use all of this properly, because I am not an expert. This is why they are getting in touch. There it is. So, this is the Iwata Eclipse. This is the HPCS. That is a very nice looking airbrush, especially compared to what I'm already using. So obviously we've got the top trigger on there, which is designed for, I believe, pretty dexterous control rather than having it on a trigger. But I already use one like that, and I know that I really like that. You can also see that that chucking nut is right there for adjusting, but I don't know all that much about it, so I'm really looking forward to having them show us how it's used. Let's have a quick look at it, shall we? Oh, is that a... Yep, we've got a bit of tape on there. Let's grab. Some of that. And if you guys out there watching this on YouTube do use an Iwata airbrush, oh look at that, there's QR codes as well. So, I'm going to jump straight into that. But if you do use an airbrush out there, let us know what you think if you use an Iwata one. So this is a airbrush cleaning instructionals, PDF and videos, airbrush manuals, troubleshooting and parts. That's really awesome to keep us on top of maintaining our airbrushes. And it's a sticker! That's going on the table. We've got our quick start guide, again, pretty useful. Probably not outside of the English one for me. Okay, pretty simple and to the point. Then we've got what I imagine to be test paper. And I imagine this has been, maybe the airbrush has been tested and that's what this is. Wow, if that is, that's some fine line. Oh, I hope that is the case. I'm going to ask Ross when he's on if that's already been tested and that's what that is. We've then got our Iwata lube. This is going to be for the needle and for the mechanisms on the inside, keeping it all oiled up, which is again something I'm very guilty of not doing with my previous ones. Little tiny spanner. To take it apart. Oh, and this is it. Oh, that's got a lovely weight to it. Oh, I feel bad I'm putting fingerprints all over it. Oh, that is smooth. Oh, I'm scared to use it. I don't want to make a mess. Oh, Ross, what have you done? I'm really scared. Now I don't want to make a mess of it. But that has got some heft to it. That feels really good. The action feels really good as well. I think I'm used to as well. The one that I had has a really flat depressor and my hand slips off it all the time and that feels really good. Okay, so in terms of feel, as far as I'm aware, that feels fantastic. But I guess you're going to have to stick around and wait for the actual airbrush shows where we are going to have Ross from the airbrush company on. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to actually learning how to use one properly, and especially with painting up the monster manual with what Richard does. And you can just go back and have a look at the air elemental from 2 weeks ago and see how crazy that was and how quickly he used paint effectively through an airbrush. So that's my incentive, is I want to be as good as Richard, and hopefully with the 5 ways to spray and Ross's help, we can get there. But otherwise, thank you very much to the airbrush company for sending me out this awesome, awesome bit of kit. I am very, very excited to get to it. Thank you very much to everybody who's watching. Go check out the Airbrush company. They are the UK distributor of airbrushes. And may the dice gods be ever in your favour. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.